was gonna make me rotate. Shit. Okay, South LA check me. South LA check in. South LA check in. What it do? What it do, people? This is a million hits as Nipsey Hussle trials holds courts in the streets started today. There's two things going on in South LA, South Central LA, I should say, that is occurring at the same time. There's a Juneteenth celebration for African Americans. Obviously, our independence came this month, so there'll be a lot of celebrations for that. And we also have check in, South LA check in. We also have women's rights that are now being put on the forefront where the Supreme Court is about to rule on it. And along with that, Nipsey Hussle trial has started today. Now, I don't know exactly if these opening arguments, how they went. I was there, I think, sometime last year when they actually waived it all the way up until now, 3 years later. But I talked to some attorneys who kind of hint on what today's court probably, seemed like, where they're reviewing evidence and opening arguments, trying to establish the basis of, the innocence of obviously Eric, and then the guilt as well. So, but he's not the only one on trial today. Obviously, there's some other incidents that we have to hold dearly on trial that behind the scenes that are not really being talked about was the actual song F Donald Trump, and if that led to actually the death of Nipsey Hussle as well as LAPD turn up, from Donald Trump being in office, and them having Proud Boys in the ranks of LAPD that actually went to the insurrection in Washington D.C. and gotten arrested. So there's a slew and a lineup of events that occurred up until the time Nipsey Hussle was actually killed. And I'm gonna say and do right by anybody who and where justice is injustice. I'll stand by them all the way to the end. But I would happen to be there when they were harassing and the rest of Nipsey Hussle, as well as again, the death of a lot of his close friends, by LAPD. So I'm not. It's not a slash or hate LAPD campaign. You just, you choose to, be the ones to arrest Nipsey as well as be there at the time of his death. So you're just involved based off the area that you in, just like everybody else in. And we also want to know why when Trump came to town every March the 31st, why was he flying over Crenshaw and Slauson? We have actual footage of Ospreys flying over on the 31st of March, on Nip Day, with these big helicopters. This is during the time Trump was in office. And after the death of Nipsey Hussle, in a sense, trying to stamp his, approval in a sense of the assassination itself. So I'm just laying it out. And this was before the insurrection. This is before we found out that they were marching with torches and 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 all this other Klan Proud Boy stuff started happening. We were starting to learn about law enforcement involvement in the ranks of those Klanmen and those groups that are now still in place as Trump begins to run again or announce, that he might possibly, run again, that we are worried about in this actual trial. So yeah, it could be some things that are occurring in the courtrooms, but we're gonna hold, court in the streets, and we're gonna find out, and we're gonna ask those questions about if, Nipsey Hussle was assassinated for, the Donald Trump song, and why was YG, in Compton, whether or not he was in the car or not. Obviously, some people were in his car, implicated in the shooting of some sheriff deputies, allegedly, or having a shootout with the sheriff deputies, and them shooting back at the actual vehicle, apprehending a person in custody who we don't know up until this day, who's not been identified. But yet, this is linked to Trump, Nipsey Hussle, and rapper YG. So we not stupid. This is holding course in the streets. We gonna say what it is. So y'all join me tonight as I recap the events that led up to our dear brother being assassinated at some form or the other of another. But then, just everybody not really thinking about the true message of that song and how the politicalness of that song could get anybody killed. At a time where there was a president running for office and you had this song played on the radio all day. It became the slogan for Black Lives Matter, Antifa, all these other various groups. And why not, when you get in office, order the heads of those guys who made those songs? You know what I'm saying? But hey, it could just be, our imagination, right? So you just fly over Crenshaw and Slauson every time you come to town. That's our imagination too. I guess those pictures of helicopters over Slauson and Crenshaw was just, hey, it was a UFO. But no, we got pictures. We want to know why. We want to know why the cameras were taken out prior to Nipsey Hussle assassination of the shop. Why they were never returned, and I have that footage as well. I've been there, and I have a lot to lay out, to the community, for the community to obviously hold courts in the streets as the first day opening arguments ensue. We're going to have our opening arguments presented on A Million Hits tonight in about a 10-minute segment. I'm just going to set it up to where everybody can see the footage. Y'all join me here on A Million Hits, and we're going to lay out the case from the beginning to the end, to where, yeah, we got one person on trial in court, but we need an overall trial to say if we're going to put that to rest, we got to put all of the other questions and the what ifs to rest as well. So that's what I'm doing. It's not a conspiracy. You will see actual footage from these scenes. I don't just talk. I did boots on the ground. And don't, please, cash app your boy. Come on, y'all. $sign A Million Hits. I keep telling y'all that. I need gas because I'm trying to get to the courthouse tomorrow. I'm being honest with you. I'm trying to be down there every day of this trial just to see who shows up. Not on the black side or nothing like that. I already know our black people gonna, have their families in and out of there. We already have our own self issues, but just on a higher up, who steps in there? CIA, FBI, head of the LAPD. I want to see from the upper, upper house, the upper room, who steps through that courtroom and actually put their eyes and ears on that case. It's been 3 years in the making, and we've been waiting. And it's quiet as a church mouse that the first day has just started today of the trial. Why is it so quiet? Why ain't it live fed? Why ain't you got news? Why ain't it on the story? Why ain't got the write-ups? And it's what I keep saying. And why do y'all keep taking me off of Instagram? Well, same way you took Riz off, same way you took Tony Muhammad, same way you took Najee Ali, Slauson Girl, uh, a lot of people who are on the front lines of telling our press, speaking our words. Well, we here. We still haven't went nowhere. If we can't speak the truth, then at the end of the day, we don't even have freedom. And then we might as well not even celebrate Juneteenth. So happy Juneteenth for all those who are African American celebrating our independence. It's not a coincidence that the events and the chains of events in Juneteenth are going to happen based off of this trial in this time that we in Juneteenth, African Americans independence. Right. All right, it's your boy Mason I 3D3. Y'all join me tonight in a 10-minute segment. I'll have it posted. Please cash app your boy, donate. I'll be at the courtroom hopefully in the morning. I'm trying to get down there, and y'all pray for the family of Gone and Never Forgotten. Definitely may Nipsey Hussle get his justice, obviously, and may we get justice in the streets to know where the ranks of these Proud Boys and these Trumpsters about to go next. After the insurrection, what's their next plan? Who's the next artist being targeted? Like Young Thug and all the other people, that are arrested for obviously alleged crimes that are now looked at on the federal level. So if the upper house, the upper room is getting involved with, street stuff, then obviously we finding out about the gang banging in the ranks of the sheriffs as well as the Klan membership in the LAPD and the insurrection. So let's put it out there. If we're going to put it out there, let's put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have to love me. You don't have to hate me, but you gonna respect me. Because at the end of the day, I ain't never lied to you. I ain't never gonna lie to you. I promise you till the breath come out of me. I want to lay down the facts. That's all I want to do. I'm not beating the LAPD in the head or the sheriffs, and I'm not scared of them. If nobody's scared of the police, so get that out your mind. You know what I'm saying? Jackie should have been done her job, but Gascon, thank God, we gonna keep him up in there, even though he lets a few things slide. But at least he's doing his job to even out and keeping the trust between the community and law enforcement. That is so important in the time when we're trying to move forward from this, you know what? Because if I say that word with the mask thingy, I get shadowed and, they get to coming in and words get slow, all that stuff. So I don't want to say that no more. But we got our Title Sevens for that. So it's your boy Mason R33. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 100. Y'all pay attention. This is a 6-day, 7-day trial. I believe it goes over is only because they got a juror that obviously is not decided. And if he does get out, obviously we on countdown to tactical alert. Obviously, possible riots is what I'm hearing. So the police are preparing for these 6 days. So you might see a influx of police activity, training, scrimmage lines. So if you're out there and you're doing anything, be mindful of the Nipsey trial starting because there was a victory lap through every hood and thousands of people showed up in March together. So they are aware of this trial. They're very discreet and very secretive about, this trial. But here on A Million Hits, we're going to do a recap. I'm going in there, forgot you watching A Million Hits. The marathon continues. Peace.